I wanted to come on today and talk to you about how to get team calls going on your team when you have nobody working the business. This is something that I totally forgot that we used to do when we didn't have any workers. And it was really effective when we did it the second time. The first time, Brooke and I decided that in order to get a little bit of team culture going, we would invite anyone on our team that was loving their products and just have like a little health story testimonial night. So we invited all of our people that were loving their products, and we were so excited. We planned this Zoom. It was going to be so great, and only one person showed up, and it was Amy Paul, who is Brooke's sponsor. So it was a little bit deflating, but I don't remember being sad about it because I just remember thinking, okay, well, at least we tried. And then when we did it the second time, we had 20 people show up. And so what we did is we simply, we would call people individually or message them and say, hey, we're just going to do a little call just for people on our team that are only taking the products. It's not about the business. It's just about how the products work. And we're going to have like 2 or 3 health stories, and then we're going to teach you about one of the products on the call. Just so that you can kind of know why it's working for you and how it's working. And we were wondering if you would want to be one of those people to share your health story. And so the second time that we did it, we were intentional about it in that way. And we got 2 or 3 people to share their stories. Brooke shared her story, I shared my story, and we had Amy share her story. And on that call, we trained about the Slim. And Brooke trained about the Slim, I trained about the Probio 5 and the Bio Cleanse. And people loved it. So then we did it again. And when we did it the third time, we trained about the X Factor. And then when we did it the fourth time, we had people saying, we would say to them, why don't you bring your friend, your mom, your sister, who was interested in hearing about the products? Because what started happening is as we started to get people on the calls that were loving their products, and they would come and listen, then they started to naturally think about, oh, I wonder, could my mom hop on the call? Because I think she would really benefit from hearing about this, and I don't really know what to say to her because I'm new. And so then when people started asking us to do that, then we started encouraging them to do the same. We would say, oh, hey, can you think of, 1 or 2 people that you could hop on the call with? Because here's the thing about helping people feel comfortable about inviting someone they know to any sort of event, whether it's an in-person home event, an opportunity event, or a Zoom. If they've gone to it once themselves, they're going to feel more comfortable bringing someone else to it. So you invite your team to have like a health testimonial night, and you tell them, we're just going to be hearing a few stories. It's not about the business. We are just simply going to be sharing our health stories. And I would wonder if you would want to share what the products have done for you. Just a couple minutes. It's, you can be in your pajamas. It's not intimidating. It's just going to be other people who love the products like you do. And then you're going to teach them how to use Zoom. You're going to send them a Zoom link. You're going to have a day and a time that you're doing it. And then you're going to have that culture, that team culture starting to be created on your team. And then my baby found us. And then as you continue to do these, maybe you do them once a week. Say hi.
Hi.
Maybe you do them once a week. Maybe you do them once a month. And as you do this, after you've done it 2 times, 3 times, then you can start building in that layer of, oh, hey, I know you said, that you're not interested in a business, and I totally respect that. But I know you also said that your mom was interested in maybe taking the products. What if you had her come to the call, and would you share your story, and your mom could hear you share your story, and she could hear me share my story, and she could hear my friend Brooke share her story, and then she could also learn about the products at the same time, so you don't have to be the expert. And then when you do this, you're teaching people how to do network marketing, essentially, but not by calling it network marketing or not by calling it get to silver. You're not using any of those terms. You're not making it feel like they're working a business. You're just showing them how natural it is to really share the things you love with others. But you start with them sharing their love for the products without any intention for the business, because really at the end of the day, most people find themselves in this business by doing just that, sharing the products because they fell in love with them without ever intending to do a business. So you're creating an opportunity on your team for that to happen by doing these product health story calls, and then 2 to 3 calls into that, you start suggesting, oh, hey, would your mom want to come? Or can you think of 1 to 2 people that you would want to invite to this, that they could hear the stories? And then you'll start having people show up and bring people to these calls as long as you're consistent and you keep doing them. And if you can't get interested people on the call, then what you're doing is you're creating belief on your team, and you're going to be strengthening your team's culture, and you're going to be educating them in a really great way about the products. If you don't know anything about the products, you can get out your product cards, or you could watch a quick YouTube video before the call. Like, I remember when Brooke would say, could you teach about the X Factor? And I was like, I don't know about the X Factor. I can't do Slim. Like, I don't know Slim. I can't do it. I could do ProBio 5. Because I remember there was one video by a friend of mine who, she was a registered dietitian, and she made this great video about ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. And so I watched that video and I took notes. And that first time where I was in charge of teaching about the ProBio 5 and BioCleanse, I had my notes like right up on my computer so nobody could see. And I sounded like I was just so expert, but I wasn't. I was just reading my notes from my phone. And so this is going to also raise up leaders on your team. It's going to make you better. It's going to start creating this team culture that you so desperately want on your team. So I hope this helps for you. I can't wait to hear how it goes. I know this is how we really got our team into momentum, and how we started planting those early seeds of how to get your team going and create that culture and that business that you dream of. Have a great day.